Hey guys, welcome back to a Thursday on Christian's WeChat and Kakao Talk lessons. So once again, my WeChat ID is Christian Nice Guy 8 and Kakao Talk is Christian 8. And thank you for people who have been joining in so far. I've had quite a good response. So I've got a few students joining the class now, which is excellent. And yeah, keep them coming and don't forget to tell your friends. All right, so today is Thursday and we're going to focus on, for general IELTS, and I'm going to focus on the speaking section this week. So we've got a lot to get through and so let's get started. Okay, so first we've, so as I said, we're doing the speaking test. Can you remember how many sections are in the speaking test? So last week I gave you a bit of a general idea of what's happening and how many sections and how long they go for. So can you remember? So we've got 3 sections in the speaking test. Section 1 goes for about 4 or 5 minutes, section 2 about 4 to 5 minutes, and also section 3 4 to 5 minutes. So in total it's only about 15 minutes. Okay, it's not very long, but there's a lot to actually understand about the speaking. So I'll try and give you some pointers. Pointers means like a tips and advice for you. So let's have a look here. Before we actually start, there are 3 very important questions to ask in a speaking test. If you don't know the answer to, or if you don't understand the examiner's question, the question that he or she asked you, if you don't understand, or maybe they said it too quickly and you didn't understand, maybe there's a word in the question that you didn't understand, there are different ways of asking questions about each situation. So let me explain a little bit more clearly. Okay, so first one, we've got, sorry, what does something mean? Okay, what does and then a word mean? You might be asked a question and you're not sure what one word in the question means. So for example, before I told you that I will give you some advice, okay? Maybe you didn't understand what advice means. So you can say, oh, sorry, what does advice mean? And the examiner will try and explain it in an easier way. Okay, so advice means tips or something that can help another person. So just once again, if there's one word you don't understand in a sentence or in a question, please use this question for the examiner. So sorry, what does mean? What does fishing mean, or interesting mean, or psychology mean? Okay, and don't feel, a lot of students think that the examiners, if you didn't understand a question and you ask the examiner maybe to say the question again, or even this question, sorry, what does something mean? It's okay. It's asking this question is a form of communicating in English. So for example, when I actually speak to other Australian people, there are some words that I don't understand, and sometimes I speak too fast and not clearly. So I use this all the time. So please don't think that, oh, I don't know the words, so I'm going to fail, and don't let that make you think negative about your test, okay? So it is fine and it is okay to ask these types of questions, okay? So you're not going to be actually marked down for asking the examiner questions like this, okay? The worst thing that you can do is is to try to explain or try to answer the question when you didn't actually know what he or she was asking you. So if you were answering a question that that you didn't understand, this is a big problem, because you start to talk about something totally different. Totally means 100% different or very different. And what we say in English is you get off track. Off track means you're not talking about what they asked you, you're talking about something different. So please use these questions. The next one is, sorry, can you please repeat that question? So, sorry, can you please repeat that question? Use this if you weren't ready for the examiner's question. Maybe you're thinking about your last answer or something, and they asked you a question and you weren't ready. So you can say this: oh, sorry, can you repeat that question? All right. So the first one we did was if there's one word that you don't know. This one here is if they said it too quickly and you weren't ready. Okay, so, oh, sorry, can you please repeat that question? Okay, and the last one I'm going to teach you, very important before we start anything, is, sorry, can you please say that in another way? So, sorry, can you please say that in another way? So, you use this question if you didn't understand the examiner's question, okay? Not because they spoke too fast, because the vocab in the question was too difficult, okay? So you didn't understand the vocab, which were the words that he or she was using, okay? So you can say, sorry, can you say that in another way? And then the examiner will say the same sentence, but in an easier way for you, okay? So once again, the first question is for if there's one word that you don't understand. The second one is if you're not ready, okay? If you weren't ready for the question. And this one is if you actually don't understand the words that he is saying, okay? The vocab in the words you don't understand. So you use this one. All right, so I've got some example questions here for you. So in part one, and just one thing, with all of those questions before, I said sorry at the start. Sorry is just to be more polite, okay? So you don't just say it again or say it in another way. Sorry just makes things more polite, okay? All right, so part one, this is an example of a example question of what was in an essay, what was in a IELTS speaking test in the past, okay? So first one, topics could be about family. This one's about family. You could have about friends and also about traveling in part one. Remember part one's, the question's a little bit easy just to make you feel comfortable. All right, so do you come from a large or a small family? All right, so this is quite an easy question. So this means, do you have a lot of brothers and sisters, or is it just you, really? So a very important thing here, I've written down at the bottom here, to paint a picture, okay? What I mean by paint a picture is the examiner does not know you. It's the first time they've ever met you. They don't know anything about you. So when you explain and you give examples, I want you to make it very clear for them. So you, by the way you're describing it or explaining your answer, you're painting a picture in the examiner's mind, okay? So so you're describing how many people, their age, what they do. So I know in my mind exactly about your family, okay? Okay, so a bit of an example for this question. So do you come from a small or a large family? An example that I would give to paint a picture, to make it very clear for the examiner, is I would say, I come from a big family. I've got 3 older brothers and 2 older sisters. Okay, my oldest brother's name is Tom, and he's 32. The second oldest is John, and he's 30. And the third oldest is Anthony, and he's 31. Oh, sorry, he's 29. I'm just making this up, so yeah. But you would tell the true story. And my sisters, I have 2 older sisters. So Jessica is, she's 30 in September. And Samantha, she's also 30, but in January. So this is a bit of an example. So you explain your brothers and sisters. And I also live with my mother and father at the moment. Okay, you should try and aim to speak for at least 20 to 30 seconds on these questions. You would never say a big family or a small family. Okay, if you just say that, the examiner will think, okay, you're not really at the level to hold a conversation with a native speaker. All right, let's have a look at another example. All right, this one's about friends, okay, different topic. What kind of things do you and your friends like to do together? Okay, what kind of things do you and your friends like to do together? Okay, an example, you could make it very clear, okay, paint a picture. You could say things such as, I've got 2 best friends, John and Tom, and we always like to meet every Saturday. We go to the local bar, and we have a few drinks together, and we talk about our girlfriends or what we did during the week, and it's a great time for us to catch up. So catch up means like to meet and talk about things. So it's a great time for us to catch up, and then after we have a few drinks, we usually go and play some basketball just at the local basketball court. Okay, this is I'm just making this up as we go, but you've got a better answer than me. But this is a bit of an example on what you can do. So you basically said how many friends you've got. You can also say their names, where you go, what you do, and what day it is, things like that. So try and think of different areas you can talk about on that one topic. Okay. Next one is which countries, this topic's more about traveling. So which countries are you interested in visiting and why? So which countries are you interested in visiting and why? Sometimes you can give a bit of a white lie. A white lie means a good lie. So for example, if your wife is pregnant, okay, she's got a baby and she's wearing a dress, and the wife says to you, "Do I look fat in this dress?" A white lie would be, "Oh no, you look very nice. You look slim." Slim means like skinny. So this is a white lie is a bit of like a nice lie, okay, not a bad lie. So if you're not really interested in traveling too much, you can make up a bit of a white lie, okay? So for examples, which countries are you interested in visiting and why? So, I'm interested in visiting Japan because mainly because of the cultural difference, okay? So there's different cultures, and it's in Tokyo. I heard that it's a very big city, but where I live in Perth, it's very small and quiet, and I really want a change. And I've got a Japanese friend who I would like to visit there, and he said that we can try the local food. I'm really interested in the sushi or the Japanese food that they've got there. That was a very quick answer. So basically you can say the place, why you want to go there, and what kind of things you'll do there, and maybe if you've got friends there, and maybe it's good to compare it with other countries as well. Okay, so comparing is also useful in IELTS questions as well. Okay, all right. Moving on to part two. Part two. Remember, you're given a topic to talk about. Okay, with this topic, you've got 1 minute to plan your talk, and then you have to talk for 2 to 3 minutes, non-stop. And then after 2 or 3 minutes, the examiner will ask you 1 or 2 extra questions about what you said. Okay, so an example here is topic which is a real one that has been used before. Describe a favorite shop or store. Okay, describe a favorite shop or store. Okay, shop could be like a favorite shop could be, for example, it could be a computer game shop where you can buy lots of different computer games. Stores can be clothes shops, things like that. All right, this is a bit difficult, but they give you a few things to help you in order to answer or to talk about that topic for 3 minutes. So here are some things that they've given students to help them. So in your talk, it will ask you to explain where it is. So where is it and what it looks like. So where is it, what it looks like, okay? So where is it? So this could be, it's in Perth City, down Murray Street on the corner opposite David Jones. Okay. Okay, and what it looks like. It's a big clothing shop with really massive means very big, massive doors, massive wooden doors. When you walk in there, there's a nice smell of some local cafe which is joined onto the shop or something like that. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is talk about the size. Okay, talk about what it looks like, the colors. Use lots of adjectives. Adjectives are describing words. Okay, so talk about the size, the shape. Okay, when you walk in, what smells, if there are any smells. Sometimes you can make a bit of a white lie. Okay, and what it sells. Okay, it sells many different types of jackets, pants, skirts, clothes, shoes. So don't just say, oh, it sells clothes. Okay, tell me what kind of clothes. Okay, what are they made of? So these are the types of things that you have to think about. Okay, so it's not as easy as if you just talk to your friend, oh, this shop's good, it sells lots of clothes. In the IELTS speaking test, you have to describe things, you have to paint that picture, make it clear, so the examiner wants to feel like they've been to that shop by the way you are describing it. Okay, and also some other topics that they've asked for you to talk about are what you like to buy there, what kind of things you like to buy there. So it could be a clothes shop, or it could be maybe it could be a store, which could be food, related to food. So it could be, for example, homemade pizzas. Okay, so I really love to buy the homemade thin-based pepperoni pizzas. They make it fresh every morning. So lots of adjectives there. And why you like the shop so much. Okay, so why do you like the shop so much? So it might not just be because of the food, okay, or the clothes. It could be because of the vibe, okay, or the type of feeling you get. A vibe means the feeling you get when you go to a place. So for example, if you start studying English in a school, when you go into the classroom and you sit in the classroom, you have a feeling of what this class is going to be like. Is it going to be exciting or is it going to be boring? This is the vibe, okay? So it's a good vibe or a bad vibe. So sometimes if you go to, for me, for example, if I go to a coffee shop, I like to go to cafes that have a good vibe. Okay, so there's lots of people, and you see lots of different groups. They're talking to each other. I don't really like quiet coffee shops. Okay, so this is a bit of an example on you can say why you like the shop so much. Okay. All right, so let's go on to section 3. So part 3 is related to the first, to topic 2. Okay, so part 3, this is the last part of the speaking exam. It's related to part 2, which related means connected. Okay, so it's about shopping. So the part 3 is going to be about shopping. It's not going to be about sport or anything like that. Okay, same topic. All right, so we've got 2 questions here. First one is, what do you think of shopping on the internet? So what do you think of shopping on the internet? Part 3, you're required to have a bit of a deeper understanding, all right, of the questions. So what do you think of shopping on the internet? So you wouldn't just say, oh yeah, it's good. Think about how is it changing? Okay, how is it changing? Is it affecting you, the way you live your life? Okay, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? These are the kinds of things that you should be thinking about. All right. All right, and last one. In what ways are your parents' shopping habits different from yours? Okay, so this means when your parents were in what ways so what ways are your parents' shopping habits different from yours? So this means now, so the way your parents shop and the way you shop, is it different? Okay, so you can think of, I'm sure a lot of people, it's different because of the technology, okay? So for example, your parents, if they wanted to go shopping, they'd have to drive into the city and go to the shops, look around each shop until they see the dress that your mother wanted, or see the item of clothing or shoes. They have to walk around and look for what they want to buy. But you and me, we can be on the bus and we can search or go shopping on the internet on the phone, and people can even buy wedding dresses when they're sitting on the bus on the way home, okay? So think of technology as well and compare. Remember, comparing is quite useful. All right. All right, so what to wear? What to wear in a speaking exam? This is it might sound a bit funny, a bit strange, but it's actually important to dress up smart, smart casual. Okay, so for example, wear like a shirt for a guy. For girls, they can wear just nice clothes. You wouldn't wear any old t-shirts or swimming shorts or thongs. You'd wear some guys, they do wear old shirts and beach shorts and thongs, but you should wear clothes like you're going for a job interview, okay? And girls, you should wear not sexy clothes, but nice, neat looking clothes, okay? So make sure shoes, pants for a guy and a shirt would be perfect, because the examiner wants to know that you're serious about this test, okay? Because if you just come like you've just gone to the beach, it's not very good, and it might also affect your score a very, very little bit, okay? You want the best score you can, so you have to do that extra thing to get that little bit little bit higher score, okay? Yeah, and girls, do your hair, make it look nice, and yep, things like that. Okay, and I'll tell you more things, more advice and more tips as the weeks come. All right, so thanks again for listening to or watching my my WeChat and Kako Talk lessons. And don't forget, if you enjoyed, please tell a friend. Okay. All right, so please remember, invest in your future, okay? Time, it's all about you. And revise and review these lessons. You might need to listen to it a few times. And don't forget to study and start to practice today, okay? And I'll see you tomorrow.